And when we did finally decide to put our house on the market, it was a huge decision, of course. We had lived at that property for over 16 years. Our children grew up in it. Our grandchildren were growing up in it. It was a big decision to sell that house. When we did finally decide to put it in the on the market, the promptness of things moving along were like clockwork, and I'm here to tell you, we sold the house in like
36 hours.
36 hours. The first day was nothing but showings, so we knew we had a hit right from the start. And then the house started getting multiple bids, and we sat back and we actually sold the house for above listing, which, how can you beat that?
Yeah, especially when our neighbors had told us that they'd had houses on the market for months.
And we had seen that they had houses on the market for months.
But yeah, obviously we're doing something wrong, because and we got a good price. It wasn't that we were underpriced. It was, like you said, it was the research, that it was right on point as far as price. The pictures and all that were posted through multiple listing were incredible.
Incredible pictures.
It was. If I were looking for a house and I saw the way that was presented, I would have been on it, and obviously everybody else was too. And even when it went live on multiple listing, I think the first showing was within a couple of hours. I mean, it was just crazy. And but it, again, it's handled very, very professionally, and couldn't have been any happier.
My biggest fear was that we would have to close on our purchase house and still be trying to sell our home that we had lived in, and boy, that was not the case.
Not even close.
Like I said, and that was one of my concerns in the beginning that I had told Desmond, and that he wrote down and took note of, that I did not want that to happen. And when you sell a house in 30-something hours, that was incredible. Both Pam and I were both blown away by that. I'm here to tell you, especially getting a good price, and the price that we wanted, above the price that we wanted, and the way he marketed it and sold it, he's your guy.
Absolutely.
Not only would I recommend Crown Realty, I have recommended Crown Realty. I work with people, and of course, I had to tell them my experience. When I told them that Desmond sold our house as quickly as he did, they all did one of these numbers. And, that's fine. But the proof is in the pudding. I said, you want his card, you want his name, let me know. And because it was all his. It was all his experience. And so not only would I recommend Desmond, I have recommended him.
Well, and actually,
we'll continue to do so.
Well, and this was our second experience with Desmond. He actually sold our son his home back about 5 years ago. And again, we were so impressed that I told him, I said, when the time comes for us to sell a house, this is the only person I'm calling. This is who I'm calling. And he had not worked as closely with Desmond as I had, but my son and I had done most of the work. So he still had to meet him and find out about him. He was just as impressed. He was just as impressed, though, very, very quickly. And everybody I've seen, I can't tell you how many people I've told who he is and what he does, and with the highest recommendation I can give.
As much personal touch that Desmond puts into his trade and his craft, I think he is right at the top of certainly Brevard, if not Central Florida. If you go with any other realtor, hey, it's a roll of the dice. You go with Desmond, and it's a slam dunk.
Sports reference.